Hello, so we are back. Hope this is better, hopefully. Shift, this is like real time. Is it moving a bit weird? Hello everyone, hello again. We have all kinds of discussions today, whatever you might want to discuss. Feel free, wherever you might feel like. Politics, religion, science, evolution, technology, social issues, abortion, feminism, astronomy, the list goes on. Whatever you want to talk about. We'd love to hear your opinions, your whatever you have to say. And I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting discussion. Okay, does this look good? I think it looks okay. I just adjusted the bitrate, but I see they're still skipping FPS. It's still like pause moments. Can't try diff like probably lower a bitrate. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so yesterday we have discussed about Amazon. I normally had very nice experiences with them. They've been professional and very happy to help you with whatever you might need. Refunds if you're not happy with whatever items you bought. Yeah, they've been very flexible. It was just recent incident which I found a bit strange that which I sent back. I was told that if I send it back, they obviously issue a label for me. It's posted, and I was told that as soon as they receive it, they will arrange a refund, which they didn't. So I called back a week later. I was told that it's going to take maybe 7 working days to have the refunds appear back on my bank account, which it didn't. So after a week, I did call them back, and they said, actually, now we can't offer you a refund. So I asked, well, I want my item back then. You can't really just keep my item for nothing, without even either sending it back or offering a refund. And they said they can't do anything. So basically, I don't know, probably might have been robbed by Amazon. Imagine that. Whoever heard of something like that? But obviously, because they're a major corporation, who can mess with them? And yes, I'm well aware that this is Twitch and there is the thing, yeah, well aware of that. So I was thinking today as a topic, maybe discuss about London. If you want to move to London, if you want to visit, if you want to, if you might need to work in London or whatever you questions might have. As I mentioned already in the previous stream, travel expenses, public transport, rent, minimum wages, weather, taxes, whatever you might want talk about, whatever you might want to ask me about London. I'm here to answer your questions. And yes, of course, this is what I came up with. This is what I thought that we could discuss. Feel free to have your own topic of discussion. Um, like I said, I'm not going to be myself again, but there's a variety of topics we can talk about. And games, yeah, I haven't mentioned that. You can talk about anything you want. I would very much like to hear your opinion. If something bothers you, or if any complaints you want to make, or something you're not happy with, someone that's been treating you unfairly, or I know life it's unfair, but yeah, choose your discussion topic. I already said maybe talk about London. If you're thinking of visiting, moving to London, or I don't know. I've been in London for about 12 years now, I think. Might have a good idea about how this place is being run, or if you have any questions. Yeah, you can ask about anything. Pretty sure there's I mean, every country has their own problems. There's a bit chaos now with Brexit and other issues. There's been a lot of flooding in Midlands, and more recent there's been snowing as well. Oh, that's a bit boring to talk about that. I don't know. Whatever you want to talk about, please let me know in the chat. Whatever discussions you might want to bring up, or yeah, just anything. It's weird because whenever I talk a lot, if I'm at a job interview or wherever, if I might do a speech or presentation or whatever, I need to drink a lot of water and just stay hydrated. My mouth gets dry really quick. Yes, so I think I had the list here about things to discuss. I was looking because the camera doesn't look very clear, does it? That's strange. Maybe if I make some adjustments, it's gonna look a bit better. Now I wanted to check because I had a few things and topics to talk about. Yeah, so basically any social issues, I don't know, abortion, feminism, equality, men explaining. I watched a few videos about that, and interesting stuff. If you guys notice how feminism has been moving from what they're actually pretending to be fighting about, equality, when they're actually just men-hating organization, groupation. So that's interesting. Abortion, that's interesting topic. Religion, maybe. Any beliefs they have, or not a tradition. What do you think that determines beliefs? Is it nature, nurture, personal researches that one has done, maybe? Yeah, I already spoke yesterday about astronomy. So maybe if anyone has any questions about that, we leave that for later, or it's not much point to talk about the same thing again. Um, I already said London, quality of life in London, pollution. Sorry about that. There's a bit of problem with pollution in London because it's terrible. Every time I'm going out, I have to wear pollution mask, especially when I'm cycling, because I cycle on a daily basis to work and back to the city. And as much as I love cycling, I've been doing that for, I don't know, 6, 8 years now. You have to wear a mask because you're in traffic, you're surrounded by cars all the time. So probably behind or around buses. So it's highly advised, recommended to wear pollution mask like I do. And especially now, there's not an excuse they might have. I mean, yeah, to wear it is the coronavirus. So you could even feel it when you're walking around, like um, on a along the road, or if you're on like I just realized I don't even have to wear my headset. I don't know where I was wearing it. Yes, I was saying you can easily notice because I'm a bit envious of other people living in other countries, and especially countryside. It's really nice. You kind of learn to um, appreciate fresh air. Um, yes, you can even feel it if you're in London. If you're walking along the main road, you can feel the pollution. Like, it's really strong smell that sometimes it might make your nose hurt. So it's really helpful to wear a pollution mask. um, yeah, so pollution is one thing. There was in the news even cases of children or people just developing lung diseases and health issues that are having with breathing because of pollution. And I know, from what I've heard, Mayor of London is trying to do something about that, but it hasn't been much. I mean, anything visible or like a solid plan or anything like that. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I really like going to the parks. You get to breathe some fresh air. Very nice. Okay, so that's one thing we could discuss. Yeah, we said quality of living in London, life quality. It's pretty good. I mean, I think it's like that common thing. If you're, it to an extent, it depends on your financial status. If you can afford things, then anywhere can be nice, isn't it? Um, rent, rent is pretty expensive, and as you'll expect, because I mean, we all know that capitals of the countries, it's always going to be the most expensive. So it's like common sense to expect that it's going to be more expensive than other cities of the country. Um, yeah, so you'd be surprised for a lot of money. You can get some really bad looking properties. Like, you wouldn't wonder, because sometimes it makes you wonder. I went to see a room once, and it was really badly managed. But managed, it was really dirty, bad smelling, and it's like dirty things around. And I was told that it was like a double room. It was smelling really bad. I mean, the whole house was not well maintained, and it was like, I don't know, 650, 700 per month. It makes you laugh because you're looking at them and you're thinking, is this person joking, or are they serious? You can't even tell, because it's, in London it's expensive, but then you have a level of expectations when you pay that kind of money. So you have to have a really good look around. Yeah, one of the best things is if you could find, if you were to move, I'm just saying, if you could find like a property next to a park, that's like the best thing. have some fresh air. Yeah. Here's another topic. should should wearing helmet be mandatory? It should be like, if you don't want to wear, it could be at your own risk. You shouldn't be given penalty or anything if you don't want to, but it obviously is highly advised to limit any injuries. Here's one thing I never understood: people who take showers in the morning. There's a lot of people who take showers in the morning. I never understood that, because here's my way of thinking. So if you're at work, you're going to the gym, going out, whatever, you might be sweating a bit. So you're going home, and you'll be going to sleep in nice clean sheets. You're gonna go to sleep like that without even taking a shower. So you're going to go in those nice white clean sheets without taking a shower. That's what I don't understand. That's what doesn't make sense to me. And then some people take showers in the morning. I don't understand that. It's yeah, it's a bit strange where I'm coming from. Yeah. So I was trying to think about other topics of discussion. Could watch a few videos. So here's an interesting question I like to ask people sometimes. What is the difference between the mind and the brain? There are some groups of people that think, for example, mind refers to the soul, to the human soul. It's like consciousness. And obviously the human brain is the organ that all of us have. Yeah, so when you ask them what is the mind, how is it different from the brain, there are like half of the people who don't know how to answer that question, because some of them reject the idea of having a soul, because if they acknowledge the fact that they have a soul, then they might have to accept the fact that after one passes away, that soul has to go somewhere. So because they don't want to acknowledge that, then they change the whole concept of thinking. So yeah, that's interesting. Could talk about all kinds of subjects, relationships maybe. Anyone needs advice? I'm not a 12-year-old, so I've been through my own experiences, so I might have hopefully a valid advice to give. Yeah, so now subjects you may have. Let's talk about them. Oh yes, we could actually talk about Room 101. There's one of my favorite TV shows actually here in UK. Room 101. So whatever bothers you, whatever you don't like, maybe smelly people in public transport, or grumpy people, I don't know. You could put them in 101, lock the door and never hear from them again. I mean, obviously, get rid of them, whatever you don't like. Just put in Room 101. That's another thing that we could discuss. Art, maybe. If you want to talk about art, just jumping from one subject to another, so whatever. Just trying to find ideas and whatever tickles your interest. is this whole world a simulation? That was silly. I think that was like the question that Andy Milonakis had towards Elon Musk. That was embarrassing. Wow. Imagine having the opportunity to ask Elon Musk a question, you're gonna waste it with something like that. I don't know. I'll be embarrassed to ask a question like that. Maybe ask something about ambitions that they have as a company. Maybe um, expansions, or I don't know, like what other new businesses they're thinking of opening, or I don't know, something more realistic than if this whole world is a simulation or not. That's a bit weird. I don't know. How would he even know if? He obviously he's like one of the richest people in the whole world, but doesn't mean he have the knowledge of how this whole entire universe functions, does it? Yeah. So that's one thing about if this world is a simulation. I highly doubt that. Flat earthers. That's another interesting topic. There are people who believe that this planet is flat. I had a question. I had the opportunity to ask them once or twice. I mean, a few of them. I asked them, so what's at the edge of the planet if it's flat? Isn't like the oceans are going to, what, just float away in the space, or how does it work? But we were told that from the flat earthers, we were told that you can't get to there, or we're like in a dome or something. We're in a dome or something like that, and it's somehow a closed up system. Which I think if you're like a flat earther, that means you're not going to believe that we went to the moon. Then did we? If you're in a closed dome. Um, yeah, so I don't think you could be a flat earther and believe that we went to the moon, because it'll be slightly contradictory, wouldn't it? Um, so yeah, I'm also really fascinated by watching scientific debates. I watched a few. There's a very interesting YouTube channel which they organize scientific debates from time to time. I think they used to have like once or twice a week. Now they have like almost on a daily basis, and they discuss about really interesting things with university professors and obviously people who are very passionate about specific subjects and very knowledgeable in different areas of study, academic areas. Um, and they were talking about genetics, evolution, atheism, creationism, missing links in the theory of evolution. Um, there was, if I remember right, there was someone in the chat asking about theory of evolution being like doesn't even have a foundation, because whenever you ask someone who believes that, they don't know how it all started, but then they believe everything else after that. So I don't know. For some reason, some people will reject any other possibilities, options which have a beginning and an end, but they refuse them. So it's like a cherry picking type of thing. Just gonna check the sound to see if I can hear myself again. That's a terrible voice. Imagine having that kind of voice. Wow. I don't know how so many people listen to me. Few thousands of viewers. Yeah. Um, have my mic sound. It's 100%. I can't get any higher than this. Yeah. So I was watching different scientific debates, which I'm very much fascinated by. some of them better organized, some of them less organized, but it's still interesting to hear other people's opinions and see what other people believe and the reason why they came to those beliefs, conclusions, and what determined them to accept those beliefs, and what happened, what experiences they went through in their during their lifetime. Um, I think that's called epistemology, isn't it? Analyzing one's beliefs. Yeah, I remember there was a video. I mean, a guy with like a YouTuber going out on the streets and asking people about why they believe the things that they believe and what determined them to believe those things, and if they researched that belief system well, and if they were influenced by external factors, or I don't know, maybe family, or the way that they were raised, maybe could be a variety of factors that can variables that could influence one's beliefs. And what's really upsetting is that there's a lot of people who don't bother to do any researches. They just believe what others say to them, and they go along with that. So that's highly unrealistic. I mean, yeah, imagine not doing your own researches, and if you're whatever you might believe in, Hinduism, Muslim, atheist, Christian, Satanist, Sikh, whatever religion you might have. I'm sure that you get to a point like I don't know, like more adult age, maybe you get more mature, where you start wondering about things and you try to understand your beliefs better. Maybe you start to research and look for more evidence to support your beliefs, and maybe that's a good way of exploring that area by watching scientific debates, just to see maybe what you believe in is not true. Maybe if it is true, see what evidence is there available to support that. Maybe there's you personally you had some paranormal experiences that determine you to believe into something, creationism, Christianity, or something. So there's a variety of things that can make you believe in something. So that was a really interesting idea to make videos about asking people how did they came to those beliefs. And it was a bit upsetting about this guy because it was like making them wonder too much and making them not believe what they were believing in. It's a bit maybe unprofessional the way he was behaving, but very little people sorry very few people, maybe none of them acknowledge that they're not aware of this person, making them trying to set them apart from their own beliefs. That was interesting.